So let's go ahead and try some of these in the check. Now, if you are really good at doing multiplication tables in your head, you don't necessarily need to do this part where you make the table of values that it had. It helps to get that started. So on the first one, I'm going to do that, and then on these next ones, I'm not going to. So I want two numbers that multiply to positive 6. So obviously 6 and 1, 2 and 3, and that's it. There's not very many. The bigger the numbers, the more options you're going to have, so it's going to be harder. So looking at those two options, if I were to add these two, they make, 7. And if I add these two, they make 5. And since 7 is the middle term, that one is out. Okay, so I know my terms are 6 and 1. Set them up. Split up the x's. 6, 1. You can flip-flop them if you want to, because it's going to give you the same answer. And there you go. Okay. So let's look at this next one. This next one has 12. So you can avoid making the list if you're really good at doing math in your head. If not, you can make a list. And I said I wasn't going to do it, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. 12 and 1. 3 and 4, 6 and 2. I think that's all for those ones. So the only ones that can make 8 in any kind of fashion, whether you add or subtract, obviously not these two, obviously not these two. These are the only two numbers that can make 8. Okay, so that's what I like to do, is I like to figure out the signs last, fill in my two numbers, 6 and 2, then I decide what the signs are going to be. So how do I make -8 out of a 6 and out of a 2? Well, if I were to add them, they need to both be minuses. Okay, and then of course, I go back and I double check, do these two numbers multiplied make negative or positive 12? And they do, because they're both negative. So let's look at this last one here. This one has a 40. So because this number is a little bit bigger, I'm going to go ahead and make a list, and then I'll go ahead and stop when we get to a number that can add to a 3. So, because then it would just take too much time if you already got it. So 40 and 1, obviously. Nope, that doesn't make a 3 in any sort of combination. 2 and 20. Nope, because those make 22 and 18. Those are the only two combinations that they can make if you add or subtract. I think, what else do we got? We got 4 and 10. Nope. That makes 6 and 14. So nope, we can't add those two. I think our last option was an 8 and a 5, which does work, because this scenario could either make a 13 if you add them or subtract both of them. But if you subtract them, 8 minus 5, it makes the 3. So that's what we want. X, 5, 8. Now to make a positive 3, I would want 8, positive 8, minus 5, because that makes the 3 that I need that's in the middle, the positive 3. And then of course, I'm going to go back in and double check, do these two numbers make -40 when you multiply? And they do.